Next up is item F8. This is Criminal Code Supplementation Ordinance, amendments to the Criminal Code. At this time, I would like our township attorney to respond to some of the comments and questions that were made here tonight and provide some clarification to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say I appreciate a concerned and active citizenry. Concerned and active citizenry is necessary to protect our liberties. However, with respect to this particular ordinance, there were some apparent misinterpretations of certain provisions in here. With respect to the provision providing that prescribed controlled substances must be kept in their original packaging, I think there needs to be some clarification. First of all, the ordinance itself is limited to controlled substances. It does not mean all prescribed medications, such as blood sugar medication, blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, antibiotics. None of those are controlled substances under Michigan law. Under Michigan law, the Department of Pharmacy decides what is a controlled substance. The criteria that they look at is, does this particular substance have a high potential or any potential for abuse? Another thing they look at is, does it have any medical value? And the third criteria they look at is, does it have any potential for physical or psychological addiction? If it does, those are deemed controlled substances. The seriousness of the substance is determined on where it's going to be placed in the schedules. The most serious controlled substances are Schedule 1 controlled substances. It moves down to Schedule 5. So if an item, or if a prescribed drug is a controlled substance, then it should be kept in its original package, because possession of a controlled substance without a prescription is a felony under Michigan law. Again, it does not apply to your blood pressure pills, your cholesterol pills, your antibiotics, or other pills like that. It only applies to controlled substances. So,
and to clarify, if you're in possession of a controlled substance, it has to be in the prescription bottle.
Well, not necessarily precisely that. What Michigan law says is that if you have a controlled substance, you must have received that controlled substance from a licensed doctor and distributed by a licensed pharmacy, and in a container that contains specific information with respect to that substance.
Okay. You just said it more lawyerly than I did.
Well, while you're in your house, it doesn't have to be in its pill box. Some people would, but if you have that outside of the pill box and you have a prescription, is that a felony? Probably not, but it would be a violation of the ordinance, which is a misdemeanor. I mean, whether or not the police officer or the prosecutor want to enforce that, if somebody brings in their prescription at the pretrial hearing, that would be another matter.
But if I'm carrying an opioid in my pocket and I can't prove that I have a prescription for that,
You're in violation of the law, it would be a felony.